に合わせて叫べ勝利の雄たけびを秘密戦隊ゴレムニジャー
Chapter 17, Biomic Victory. Author's note: Trini was supposed to die in this episode as a result of the negamagnetic laser giving her life to save the others. However, I decided not to, as to allow her full potential to be explored. The Biomen in the last chapter have teamed up with Jason and his team. As the efforts of the United Alliance of Evil have intensified, certain Sentai warriors or Power Rangers were sent as scouts. What the... So my mind was being played along by the United Alliance of Evil, asked Mikoto. That's right. The last we battled, your voice was typically toneless, and I felt your struggle while we battled. How could I forget that? We're here to help you to be released from your brainwashing, said Ranu. I wonder how I can be of help when my mind hasn't completely recovered from the evil I was becoming in the United Alliance of Evil, asked Mikoto. You were redeemed back then. You turned from evil to light. That light is now in you. Mikoto, in time you will recover, said Ranu. Although I feel like I have a candle that's determining my life force, said Mikoto. Meanwhile, Jason, Trini, and Kimberly were still hurt from the effects of the negamagnetic beam done by Trenza at them. If I took any more shots, I would have been dead, said Trini. If you two weren't hit as well, I would have taken all of those shots, so the rest can flee to fight another day. Don't say that, Trini, said Kimberly. Trini, please don't say those things, said Jason. As said, we should be ready to lay down our lives if need be, said Trini. Remember what Zordon told us before? We are to fight for justice even if it means laying down our lives. Tommy can be seen near Kimberly comforting her. It's all right, Kimberly. We'll get our way out of this crisis, said Tommy. Thanks, Tommy, for being like your old self, said Kimberly. The Biomen were in the middle of a crisis. They would need to actually get rid of that powerful weapon, or the enemy will soon have the advantage over the situation. That weapon could actually weaken anybody with its rays, leaving them in that nasty shock, said Shiro. You are right. It caused the Jetmen to lose their powers, but this one is a higher dosage, said Ranu. Here are some Birdonic waves in these packs as sent by the commander after the report was sent. Put it on them for treatment. Thanks, said Tommy. But not all of us will see battle, though. Someone has to keep watch. Meanwhile, Monster had just wasted his ammunition to 0 during their last search. Mason was angry. Monster, do you realize this weapon has limited ammunition? Said Mason. With your gun empty, how do you expect to counter the Biomen now, idiot? Sorry, said Monster. Sorry won't be enough to beat those accursed Biomen, said Farah, who knocked the empty gun into his hand. Sorry isn't enough. The Biomen are to be destroyed at all costs, and you blew it, Monster, said Mason. We must go back to the factory. We need to produce much of these weapons, then we can defeat the Biomen and every other Super Sentai or Power Ranger that comes by, said Trakina. There are still more of them to be assembled, said Tranza. Tranza, Trakina, Mezagog, and Shizunka were at the factory trying to mass-produce the weapons in an effort to intensify their war against the Super Sentai teams as well as the Power Rangers. The monitor was on. We will begin mass production of the weapon. With it, we can soon destroy our accursed enemies, said Trakina. Across time, these weapons will do wonders, maybe even against the Lost Galaxy Rangers. But it will take time to assemble a lot, said Tranza. We must not let the enemy find our factory or we're done for. And this time we'll make sure our plans go well, said Mason. Unknown to them, Mikoto had already betrayed them. The plan was actually to destroy the supply of weapons, as Mikoto revealed the United Alliance of Evil had made a factory. Mikoto pretended to have captured Ranu. This plan will definitely fool them, said Mikoto. Ranu, you're a genius. No time for flattery, said Ranu. It was all part of a ruse to get into the factory and destroy it. At the checkpoint, Mikoto was greeted by a Griam. Mikoto-sama, so I see you have caught a Sentai warrior, said the Griam. Indeed, report to Tranza-sama I have caught Ranu, said Mikoto. Now the ruse worked. Mikoto was going to do his act of redemption. Tranza came to greet him. Well, Mikoto, looks like you caught one of the Super Sentai warriors. I'm impressed, said Tranza. All done in order for me to get my past memories back, said Mikoto. Here's Ranu, a Sentai warrior caught in the act of snooping around. Good, said Mesogog. Well, we can put her with the other civilians. Looks like you'll be promoted soon, Mikoto. I wish to get her out of my sight. She reminds me of one of those pesky Dido Thunder Rangers. Thank you, and with good pleasure, said Mikoto. Now I must find where those meteorites are and destroy them, said Mikoto. Ranu was placed in a cell by Farah and Farah Cat. You'll be less trouble to us now, said Farah, as she locked the cell. You haven't seen the last of us, said Ranu. Defiant to the end, isn't it, said Mesler. Unknown to them, Tommy had snuck into the base with a disguise, together with Kai Semenzu and Makito. They were disguised as factory workers. Meanwhile, the biomen were still pretty anxious as they returned to their base. Peebo was nervous about the incident. Are you saying something about Negamagnetic? Said Peebo. This is bad, very bad. What's wrong, Peebo? Said Ryuta. It's bad, very bad. As you know, I fear the end of either one of you will soon come. Oh, this is terrible. I feel like one of you is going to die, said Peebo. Gear could be closer to finding the solution to defeating you guys. Then we must train before that happens, said Mika. It would be a horrible thing if that happens. By the way, I wonder how Jason, Trini, and Kimberly are doing after being shot by that laser gun. Back at the Search Guard time train, Jason, Trini, and Kimberly were being administered the cure by Ranu. We must recover at all costs, said Jason. This process isn't working. What? The Birdonic energy waves aren't enough. That shot must have been too strong, said Trini. Just as they were giving up all hope, the embodiment of all hope appeared. Cole via Akared's powers. Akared appeared with Cole. Wait, me and Akared can help you, said Cole. But first, Cole, we must merge into Red Conqueror, said Akared. Understood. Cole transformed into Red Conqueror to transmit the needed energies. In a flash, the 3 injured rangers recovered. I feel my body is strong again, said Jason. Me too. I'm ready to kick some butt, said Trini. I'm feeling energetic, said Kimberly. But you must be careful. These boosts don't make you invincible, said Red Conqueror. He reverted back to being Cole as Akared went out of his body. He was exhausted for now. He was resting his body across the seat of the train. Sure thing, said Jason. But now I do hope Mikoto is truly on our side and it's no trick. I hope Ranu knows what she's doing. Billy Cranston seems to care a lot about her, you know. Isn't it obvious, said Trini. Let's do a standby ambush against those guys. Let's contact the biomen with our plans. I'm with you, said Kimberly. The biomen were contacted via a communicator they gave to the heroes behind the scenes. They were contacting via the Search Guard time train. Biomen, let's meet at this point in the map, said Trini via the communicator. Trini, said Mika. Alright, looks like we need to fight now, even at the cost of our lives. I got a report that the infiltration was a success. Then what are we waiting for, said Shiro.
Fire!
I'll retreat back to the home base via the teleporter, said Cole, weakened for now. Back at the factory, the guns were being assembled. Kai Semenzu, Makitino, and Tommy began getting some of the guns. Just then they were discovered by the Beastnoids, who were assembled to guard the factory from any intruders. Intruders, get them, said Juo. Mezerju, Saigor, Metzler, and Aquagar showed up. You dare mess with the Beastnoids, said Mezerju. We will definitely put an end to you. Not on our watch, said Tommy. Guys, fire your pistols at these guys. In an instant, Kaizumenu, Makitio, and Tommy fired their pistols at Medju and Aqua Eider. Wow, it works, said Tommy. But let's be careful, though. I think we know where these shots go to, said Tommy. He fired a shot at Saigor, Juo, and Metzler, so did the other two. It's best we conserve ammunition, said Makitino. What, intruders? Who could have brought them here, said Mason. Could Ranu ever have help or a tracing device? There was none when we scanned her, said Tranza. To their surprise, it was Mikoto. Well, you never thought I would regain my memories, would you? Tell Radiguet I no longer serve him, said Mikoto. Traitor, said Shizunka, who tried to lash Mikoto but failed. Stingers, Griems, Mega Clones, get them and bring that traitor alive, said Drakina. A huge fight was taking inside. Mikoto had freed Ranu via remote control, and they turned into Abare Killer and Abare Yellow. Abare Yellow kicked Farah and grabbed her magnetic laser gun. "Curses, more heroes," said Farah, who was angry at the loss of her gun. "Let's pursue them." "Before that, your supplies go bye-bye," said Abare Killer, who revealed he placed a bomb in their factory. "Let's chase them," said Tranza, "but let's get out of here first." The Biomen, together with Red Ranger 1, Yellow Ranger 1, and Pink Ranger 1, were at the coordinates, hoping Abare Killer and Abare Yellow, together with Tommy, Kai Zemenzu, and Makoto, could lure the enemy there. Tommy then decided to leave the battle as he was called back by headquarters. "Leave this battle to us, Tommy," said Red Ranger 1. "Right you are," said Tommy. "By the way, Kimberly, good luck. Ranu, Mikoto, let's just wait at the search guard time frame and keep watch." "Thanks, Tommy," said Pink Ranger 1. "Looks like those two are getting back together again," said Red Ranger 1.
1, 2, 3, 4!
Fight!
4, miss! Fire! We're ready to morph into action! なる第一のエレメント緑の魔法使いマジックグリーン怒涛のサメガンブルー
From destroying our planet Earth and ruling the universe with evil.
"Let's get them," said Mason. "I'm with you," said Tranza. The mecha clones, the Griems, and Stingers began to appear. It was time for a series of team attacks. Red Ranger 1 said, "Red 1, let's slice and dice them." "Sure thing," said Red Ranger 1. Red Ranger 1 and Red 1 began cutting down the troops to pieces with their swords. It was now Green 2 and Maji Green's turn as they did a breakdance formation. "Now that was a great dance," said Green 2. "But it wasn't possible without you," said Machi Green. Blue 3 and Gao Blue can be seen doing jet diving attacks together, clearing the area of the mecha clone, saying, "Double blue jet dive." Now it was time for both Yellow Rangers. Yellow 4-1 and Yellow 4-1 did some estimates on how to knock down the foot soldiers in battle. "Alright, Trini, let's keep focused," said Yellow 4-1. "Yellow 4, Mika. Yellow Ranger, Trini. Action shooting!" Both Yellow 4-1 and Yellow Ranger 1 did their team attacks together. It was a spectacular display of fast moves from both girls. "Hey, we got them, Mika," said Yellow Ranger 1. "Good job, Trini," said Yellow 4. Both of them did the Bioman pose. Pink Ranger 1 and Pink 5 did their spinning attacks, spinning away the remaining grunts. "Double pink spinning chops," said both Pink Ranger 1 and Pink 5. "Hey, great job yourself, Hikaru," said Pink Ranger 1. "And you too," said Pink 5. They both did their own acrobatic poses. It was now time to take care of the bad guys. Mason and Tranza, Trakina and Farah, Shizuka and Farah Cat, as well as Mezagog and Monster teamed up. In a rather desperate sword fight, Mason and Tranza crossed swords against Red 1 and Red Ranger 1, which ended up defeating both field leaders with a wound. Trakina fired her laser beam, only to be countered by Pink 5's barrier and Pink Ranger 1's arrow. Shizuka and Farah Cat did some spectacular action, only to be defeated by a double action shooting attack. Mezagog and Monster were defeated by Green 2, Maji Green, Gao Blue, and Blue 3 in an outsmarting attack, resulting in both to collide with each other. "There's only one thing to do left now," said Red 1. "Let's fight together!" The Biomen executed their Bio Burn Bar attack, sending streams of laser down to collide with the United Alliance of Evil Officers and the Big Three as well as Farah Cat, forcing them to retreat. "Looks like our battle is over," said Red Ranger 1. But not quite. Back at New Empire Gear Base, Dr. Man was now upset with defeat. He berated his troops for their defeat. "Fools, we were so close to victory, but no matter. I have created a new Mega Gigan with what the United Alliance of Evil gave me. Mega Gigan Negagens launch," said Dr. Man, who had managed to use some of the meteorite fragments to create a new Mega Gigan. Mason and Farah opened the launch pad, preparing the Mega Gigan for battle. The Mega Gigan and Negagans were launched into battle. "Whoa, a giant robot is launched after the battle ends, so they don't enlarge monsters here," said Red Ranger 1. "We'll take care of this. Just watch, Trini," said Yellow 4 to Yellow Ranger 1. "I'll be amazed to see your giant robot into battle," said Yellow 4-1. "No time for talk. Let's go," said Red 1.